Hello, and welcome to the Enchanted Forest. Are you ready to go on a storybook adventure with me? Listen closely and follow the star from my magic robe. When the star is over the book and you press a button, you can see the story. When the star is over the jack-in-the-box and you press a button, you can play the games. When the star is over the hand and you press a button, you will leave the disc. You can move the star anywhere you like. And remember, if you see the story first, it will help you play the games. Have fun! Parents' Notes. Welcome to the Parents' Notes section. From this menu, you can change the features of the disc, get background information on the story, and discover new activities you can do with your child. Story text. Audio age level. Wizard section. Story. To stop the story, press a button and I will help you.
Way back in the beginning of things, when this old world was just a baby, there lived a whole gathering of creatures, big ones, little ones, and every kind you can imagine, down at the edge of a great swamp. Most of the time, there was a considerable amount of peace, love, and understanding between them. And generally speaking, they were about as neighborly as you can imagine. You see, back then, everything the brethren needed to get by with was right there amongst them. And if it happened that one of them couldn't locate what he needed, well, you can bet your Sunday shoes that one of his neighbors would have it, and they would work out a fair swap. Of course, every great once in a while, or maybe it was every now and then, I can't remember. If the day was just a little too long, or the old round moon was just a little too round, some of these happy children would get to thinking, and that's how old man Trouble got his start. You see, sooner or later, one or the other of the brethren would look around and somehow get to figuring out it was his neighbor who always got more than he did. Then he'd reckon how it was his neighbor who did less work than he did. Well, next thing you knew, you'd have a genuine situation on your hand. And whenever there was a genuine situation, there'd be a fair-sized portion of scheming to go right alongside it. And the minute you got one of the brethren scheming a way to get the better of one of his fellow brethrens, you'd have a regular tornado of commotion, just as sure as there are bees in a buzzing hive. Now, way back in the very beginning, when it all started, Brer Fox, who was a sneaky old devil, had taken a shine to Brer Rabbit. And as a token of his affection, he thought he would invite Brer Rabbit over to supper. Because you see, there wasn't a dish in creation that Brer Fox liked more than fricasseed rabbit. Now, Brer Rabbit didn't know about it, but when he found out about it, you should have heard him carrying on. Brer Rabbit allowed that he'd never been fricasseed a day in his life, and he certainly wasn't about to start making exceptions for Brer Fox. But poor old Brer Fox confessed that he was mighty particular about what he ate, particularly when it came to fricasseed rabbit. As a matter of fact, his taste tended toward one fricasseed rabbit in particular, and it was that fact in particular that particularly bothered Brer Rabbit. Well, by and by, Brer Rabbit got so mad at Brer Fox that pretty soon he figured out a way to get back at Brer Fox. And get back he did. It seemed that for a while there, all Brer Rabbit ever did was sass old Brer Fox. That Brer Rabbit hardly took the time out to eat. He was so busy sassing. And it went on like that for so long that the creatures almost never talked about it anymore because it was such an old story. But sooner or later, Brer Fox up and decided that he'd had about all he could take of Brer Rabbit's sass, and he figured out a clever plan whereby he'd get Brer Rabbit back once and for all. So, early one day, Brer Fox went to work, and he got himself some tar. And he mixed it up with some turpentine and fixed himself a contraption that he most appropriately called a tar baby. And he took the tar baby and set her down by the side of the big road. And then he laid low in the bushes to see what was going to happen. And he didn't have to wait too long either, because by and by, Brer Rabbit came along, pacing down the road, lippity-clickety, lippity-clickety, just as light as the air, because he was so brought up by his own natural sassiness. Now, Brer Fox, he just laid low. And Brer Rabbit came prancing along until he spied Tar Baby. And the minute he saw it, he fetched himself onto his hind legs in astonishment. But the Tar Baby, she just sat there. And Brer Fox, he just laid low. "Good morning," said Brer Rabbit. "Mighty nice weather we've been having this morning, wouldn't you say?" But the Tar Baby, she didn't say a thing. And Brer Fox, he just laid low. "And how is your disposition situated, oh lovely lady?" said Brer Rabbit. Brer Fox winked his eyes slowly, but the Tar Baby, she didn't say a thing. "Your shyness stirs my heart. Pray, lovely lady, honor me with a word." "Well, how are you doing? Can you hear me? Because if you can't, I can holler louder." But the Tar Baby, she didn't say a thing. And Brer Fox, he just laid low. "You stuck up, that's what you are. And I'm gonna kill you of it. That's what I'm gonna do." Brer Fox sort of chuckled to himself very quietly. But the Tar Baby, she didn't say a thing. "I'll teach you how to talk to respectable folks if it's my last act," said Brer Rabbit. "If you don't take off that hat and say howdy, I'm gonna bust you wide open." But the Tar Baby, she just stood there, and Brer Fox, he just laid low. And Brer Rabbit, he kept on romancing, and the Tar Baby, she kept on saying nothing until presently Brer Rabbit drew back his fists and blip! Whacked the Tar Baby right on the side of her head. And that's where he broke the proverbial molasses jug. And his fist got stuck and he couldn't pull it loose because the tar held him. But the Tar Baby, she still just stood still, and Brer Fox, he still just laid low. "If you don't let me go, I'll knock you sideways," said Brer Rabbit. And with that, he fetched the Tar Baby a swipe with his other hand, and that got stuck too. And the Tar Baby, she didn't say a thing, and Brer Fox, he still laid low. "Turn me loose, for I kick the natural stuffing out of you," said Brer Rabbit. And the Tar Baby, she didn't say a thing. She just held on. And still old Brer Fox lay just about as low as he could. And then Brer Rabbit lost the use of his feet in the same way. Brer Rabbit squealed out if the Tar Baby didn't turn him loose. That minute, he'd butt a crankside with his head. And then he butted, and his head got stuck. And no sooner than that very minute, Brer Fox sounded forth from the bushes, looking just as innocent as one of your mother's mockingbirds. "Well, howdy, Brer Rabbit," said Brer Fox. "You look sort of stuck up this morning." And with that, he rolled around on the ground and laughed until he couldn't laugh no more. Now, most thinking folks might have supposed that right there would be the final and tragic end of poor old Brer Rabbit. Because everybody and his brother knows that Brer Fox had been trying to catch Brer Rabbit for a mighty long time. But Brer Rabbit was an awful clever creature. He and his family were at the head of the gang when there was any trouble on hand, and he wasn't about to resign himself to any stew pot just yet. So before you start making any calculations and weeping over Brer Rabbit, you just wait and see where it is he turns up. Now, when Brer Fox found Brer Rabbit mixed up with the tar baby, he felt mighty good. And it was a long time before he could stop laughing and get back onto his feet. But by and by, he gathered himself up and spoke. Well, I expect I got you this time, Brer Rabbit. It's possible I don't, but I expect I do. You've been running around here sassing after me for a mighty long time, but I expect you come to the end of the road. You've been cutting your capers and bouncing around this here neighborhood until you come to think you the boss of the whole shebang. And you're always somewhere you've got no business at all. Who asked you to come and strike up a acquaintance with this here tar baby? And who got you stuck where you are? Nobody in the round world. You just went and jammed yourself onto that tar baby without any invitation whatsoever. And there you are. And there you'll stay until I fix up a brush pile and fire it up. 'Cause I'm gonna barbecue you this very day. Then Brer Rabbit spoke mighty humble. I don't care what you do with me, Brer Fox, he said. As long as you don't fling me into that briar patch yonder, you can roast me just as long as you please. But whatever you do, Brer Fox, please don't fling me into that briar patch. It's so much trouble to kindle a fire, said Brer Fox, rubbing his jaw, that I expect maybe I'll just have to hang you. Oh, you can hang me just as high as you please, Brer Fox, said Brer Rabbit. You can hang me upside down, you can hang me sideways, but for the Lord's sake, Brer Fox, please don't fling me into that briar patch yonder. Well, I haven't gotten any string to speak of. So I expect I'll just have to drown you. Ooh, you can drown me just as deep as you please, Brer Fox, said Brer Rabbit. And you can drown me once or you can drown me 9 times. But whatever you do, Brer Fox, please don't fling me into that briar patch yonder. Shucks. Seeing how there isn't any water near here, said Brer Fox. I think I'll just have to skin you. You can skin me, Bud Fox. You can snatch out my eyeballs. You can tear my ears out by the roots, and you can cut off my legs. But please, Bud Fox, whatever you do for the Lord's own sake, please don't fling me into that briar patch yonder. But because Brer Fox wanted to hurt Brer Rabbit just about as much as he could, he knew there was only one thing to do. And so he picked him up by the hind legs and slung him right into the middle of the briar patch. Now, there was a considerable amount of commotion where Brer Rabbit struck the bushes. And old Brer Fox sort of hung around to see what was going to happen. And by, he heard somebody calling him. And way up on the hill, he saw Brer Rabbit sitting cross-legged on a chickapin log, combing the pitch out of his hair with a chip. And that's when Brer Fox knew he'd been had. Brer Rabbit was mighty pleased to fling back some of his well-known sass, and he hollered out, "Bred and born in a briar patch, Brer Fox. Bred and born in a briar patch." And with that, he skipped away just as lively as a cricket in the embers.
Games. Each one of these pictures will let you play a different game. If you put the star over a picture and press a button, the game will begin. Have fun! Do you remember when Brer Fox caught Brer Rabbit with the tar baby? What did Brer Fox say he was going to do to Brer Rabbit first? Barbecue him, hang him, or drown him? Sizzlin' Sam, you're right. Brer Fox said he was gonna fix up a brush pile and fire it up to barbecue Brer Rabbit. Look at these creatures and choose the one that looks happy. You're right. Brer Fox was mighty happy to have captured Brer Rabbit with his tar baby. In which one of these pictures is Brer Rabbit above the moon? Whoa! Brer Fox flung Brer Rabbit so hard that he sent him over the moon and into the briar patch. Look at these pictures from the story and choose the character that is not an animal. Woo-wee, that's it. The tar baby was a contraption made to catch Brer Rabbit because of all his sassin'. Something is different about one of these pictures. Choose the picture that is not like the others. Bzzz, maybe the missing bee is away making honey. Look at this picture carefully and try to remember everything you see. Now look at this picture again and choose the thing that was not there before. My stars! You get to make a wish because you saw the shooting star. Look at these funny bunnies. Choose the Brer Rabbit that belongs in the missing piece. Yes, and it looks like Brer Rabbit needs more practice at riding Brer Fox. He can barely hang on. Choose a box to see what's inside. Then choose another box to try to find its match. If you do not find a match, the boxes will close and you can try again. Try again. Try again. You're right. You can play this game over and over again. Just choose a box. Try again. Try again. You're right. Games. Which creature took more than his share of food and made the other creatures angry? Correct! Surely Brer Snake didn't realize he was being selfish. Imagine that you are having a picnic. Which of these creatures would you have as your special guest? Wow, that would be a fun picnic. But watch out for those pesky ants. It took more than one creature to carry this big fish. Which creature is first in line? You got him hooked. It was Brer Fox who headed up the line. Something is different about one of these pictures. Choose the one that is not like the others. Great! You certainly know what's real and what's not. This picture is only the shape of a rabbit. Which Brer Rabbit is exactly like the Brer Rabbit in the blue box? Jumping jackrabbits! You're right! Look at these pictures and try to remember the shape and the picture that is in it. Now, look at these pictures of the tar baby. Which shape did you see the tar baby in before? My, what a ship-shape memory you have! Choose the Brer Fox that belongs in the missing piece. Yes, sirree. Brer Fox was laughing so hard at Brer Rabbit that he could barely sit up. Choose a box to see what's inside. Then choose another box to try to find its match. If you do not find a match, the boxes will close and you can try again. Try again. Try again. You're right. You can play this game over and over again. Just choose a box. Games. Where did Brer Fox set the tar baby? In the bushes, in the swamp, or by the side of the road? That's it! It was by the side of the road that Brer Rabbit's troubles began. What was the most exciting part of the story for you? Woo-wee! That was a knee-slapping good scene. Whoa! Look at all the Brer Rabbits. Choose the Brer Rabbit that is higher than the rest. Rocketing rabbits! He's at a hair-raising height. He must be practicing for the Bunny Olympics. Some of these pictures show Brer Rabbit in trouble after he got mixed up with the tar baby. Which picture does not belong with the rest? Excellent! Brer Rabbit had supper with Brer Fox long before he got in trouble with the tar baby. Which Brer Fox is different from the rest? Hot dog, you're right. That Brer Fox is fired up. Look at these pictures carefully and try to remember all of them. Now look at these pictures. Choose the one you did not see before. Try again. Well, I'll be. When did he slither in? Step with caution. There are bees missing from this beehive. Can you find the bee? Woo! Good thing you found them before they got away. Choose a box to see what's inside. Then choose another box to try to find its match. If you do not find a match, the boxes will close and you can try again. Try again. Try again. You're right. You can play this game over and over again. Just choose a box. Games. Which creature was so brought up by his own natural sassiness? Naturally, it was that saucy Brer Rabbit who was filled with sassiness. Who do you think was the most clever creature in the story? That's true, he was clever, but not as clever as you. When you are standing on your head, you see the world upside down. Can you find the picture that shows Brer Rabbit upside down? Yes, Brer Rabbit got stuck in that tar baby and rolled down the hill until he stopped upside down. Look at the pictures in the top row. They all have a different number of bees in them. The third box is empty. Which picture from the bottom row belongs in the third box? Bzz, bzz, bzz. 3 bees is correct. One of these creatures is doing something different than the rest. Choose the creature that is doing something different. You're right. Brer Turtle is not carrying the fish. He's carrying the fishing supplies. Look at these pictures and try to remember the shape and the picture that is in it. Now, look at these pictures of Brer Rabbit. Which shape did you see Brer Rabbit in before? My, what a marvelous memory! which Brer Rabbit belongs in the missing piece. Bouncing bunnies! Brer Rabbit was hopping mad when he found out about Brer Fox's supper plans. Choose a box to see what's inside. Then choose another box to try to find its match. If you do not find a match, the boxes will close and you can try again. Try again. Try again. You're right. You can play this game over and over again. Just choose a box. Game. What part of Brer Rabbit's body got stuck in the tar baby last? Yes, and what a silly rabbit. He first jammed his arms, then his legs, and finally his head into that sticky tar baby. When someone looks surprised, sometimes their mouths and eyes open real wide. Look at these pictures and choose the creature that looks surprised. It's no surprise. You got it right. All of these pictures have a different number of bees, but which picture has the most bees? Beautiful job! That picture has the most bees, which means that it has more than the others. Brer Fox used some of these things to make the tar baby. Can you find the thing that he did not use? You're right! Brer Fox didn't use a fork when he made the tar baby. These pictures look very much alike, but one moon is different from the rest. Choose the moon that is not like the others. Very good. That is the only moon that is smiling. Do you think it has a secret to tell about the tar baby? Look at this picture carefully and try to remember everything you see. Now look at these things. Which one was not in the picture? That's right! You have a magnificent memory. Choose the Brer Rabbit that belongs in the missing piece. You got it! Brer Rabbit got himself into a mess of tar trouble. Choose a box to see what's inside. Then choose another box to try to find its match. If you do not find a match, the boxes will close and you can try again. Try again. Try again. Try again. You're right. You can play this game over and over again. Just choose a box. Games. Wizard section. Welcome to the Parents' Notes section. From this menu, you can change the features of the disc, get background information on the story, skip ahead. Parents' Notes. Ac Skip ahead. Skip ahead. Parents' notes. Wizard section. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed the disc. Here are the names of some other titles I know you will enjoy.